Now, it does seem like everything in the market has been a victim of the volatility, but there are some stocks that are safe haven plays, some that are more so than others. At least that's according to our next guest, Ann Berry. She's the founder of Threadneedle Ventures. And Ann, first off, we should just say you are not quite as optimistic about the macro environment out here. You're thinking that maybe what we're seeing with the market today is a little bit of a head fake, or over the last week.
Becky, I think that's exactly right. To be honest, I've been a bit baffled by some of the rallying that we've seen in the market. And partly it's because, just having spent a lot of time there recently, I look at just how desperate the situation is becoming for the consumer internationally, not just with the US dollar importing inflation to many key trading partners, whether it's Japan or whether it's the UK for the US, but also in terms of what the impact of this energy war is having, particularly on the European consumer. So I'm a lot more pessimistic, particularly on those stocks that have got global revenue streams than I think the market is right now.
But you do like things that consumers are going to continue to spend on. You break this down kind of into a barbell strategy where you say you like the stuff that they have to spend on and then the luxury items where they're really going to splurge, right?
That's right, Becky. And this really comes from looking back at what happened to consumer behavior in 2008. And by the end of that quarter, about $200 billion of US consumer spending had disappeared relative to the same time the prior year. And at that point, when I was investing, one of the trends that was very clear was consumers were either going towards deep value, they were going to the Dollar Generals, they were going to the Walmarts, they were getting bang for their buck, or they were splurging on luxuries. And in this case, I think that the new luxury actually is premium content, whether it's something like a Netflix subscription or it's something like going to see a concert. It used to be the affordable luxury, used to be a Starbucks coffee. I think now it's about getting premium content direct to the home.
I did do a little bit of a double take, Ann, when I saw that your idea of luxury these days is Netflix and Spotify. But those are the things that you think people will actually continue to spend on, that they don't have to, but they want to.
I think that's exactly right. I think that people do want to have audio coming through to their phone. If you look at music, there's only about 15% penetration of smart devices globally. So there's still a huge tailwind there in terms of addressable market. I'm a believer in Netflix starting to put in place an ad-supported system that's going to get real uptake. And if you think about, Becky, what's been going on with brands, particularly the ones that have been going direct to consumer, they've been crushed by the change in privacy laws that have applied on the Apple system in particular. And they're desperately looking for more effective, more trackable places to spend their marketing dollars. And if something like an Amazon Prime, or in this case, a Netflix can provide it, I do think there's real uplift there.
The stuff that you think they're going to have to spend on, things like Walmart, you point out that there is some foreign exchange concerns there. That's a big headwind for Walmart, but you like it anyway. Why?
Well, I do, because I think about just the sheer scale of that business, Becky, and I also think that Walmart is doing something quite clever behind the scenes, which is investing heavily into new revenue sources down the line, not right now. I think, their fintech innovation, what they're doing in health and wellness delivery in terms of pharmacies and stores is important. But I think, Becky, if I look at deep value, that's why I think Dollar General still has opportunity. It's almost entirely domestically focused. You've got the strong dollar helping to support merchandising and sourcing, but you're still getting domestic revenue without having a hit on Forex.
All right, Ann, so let's just wrap it up for people. Walmart, Dollar General, Petco, Netflix, Spotify, and Live Nation. Those are your picks. I want to thank you for being here today. It's really good to see you.